Yo, what up, y'all? Thank y'all so much for dropping by today, man. So, you already know what time it is, man. It's about to go down out here in these gaming streets, man. But before we get started, make sure you guys smash that like button, man. That means a lot to YouTube. And remember, every time you hit that like button, you slap a pony. So when you hit that like button, for every pony that's been getting on your nerves this entire week, you're slapping them. So just make sure you don't forget to do that. So, man, oh my goodness, we got a couple things to go over. Some things that I never thought in history that I would ever hear that's been going down in the courtrooms. Like, the FTC is wilding out right now. They're protecting Sony. I'm hearing that they done said Sony name about 100 times in the courtroom, and the judge had to cut, the regulators off and say, hey man, why are y'all protecting Sony? If the judge have to cut you off and tell you, hey man, why are you protecting Sony? And then you say, oh, I'm not, I'm just trying to make a point. Something is wrong. Like, clearly, bro, if you done say their name over 100 times and you ain't even saying nothing about the customers or the consumers, the people that actually is buying the product, protecting the fan base, you ain't even worrying about protecting the fan base. You're worrying about protecting Sony. Sony baloney. And lying, crying, snitching, Ryan. Now, I already know this happened as soon as this case was announced about, almost a year ago, right? I had already said that Jim Ryan had paid some of these regulators off because he got too many connects. That's why Sony hired that man. Why do y'all think Sony hired Jim Ryan? Because they knew he had connects. He's into politics. They know he knows how to get to the bag, but he don't know how to run a company. So that's where they dropped the ball at. He don't understand gaming like we understand gaming. You know what I'm saying? Like the regulators, oh my goodness. One of these dodo birds, one of these idiots, these morons, asked the judge. He was trying to make a point. And he was like, and the judge, I guess, asked him, hey, so how did you come up with 20%? You know what this idiot said? Can I make a call? Can I call a friend? Can you call a what? If you're this idiot asked the judge, can I call a friend to help him with the case? So you're gonna call somebody else to help you lie? So it basically, before you make the call, you're gonna be texting the person like, hey, make sure you say this, make sure you say that, and then you call them. Like, come on, man, we already know the game. Like, look at all the scheming, look at all the shadiness, griminess, backdoor deals everybody's doing now. Jim Ryan done made it a thing now. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's so used to him doing all these little backdoor scheming snake moves in the gaming industry. Now they're trying them on everybody else. Like, it just don't make any sense. Like, how are y'all gonna stop the case in the middle of the case and say, hey, Your Honor, can I call my friend to help me out with my case? I mean, make it make sense, man. Make it make sense. These Decepticons have been holding this entire case up. They've been wasting our time, wasting the taxpayer money. They ain't been doing their homework. They don't know about Minecraft. They don't know about multiplayer. They don't know about single player. They don't know about games of a service. They don't know nothing. They just in there blabbing their mouth, just going off of whatever Jim Ryan telling them to say. And going off of whatever, lying, crying Jim Ryan telling them to say. Clearly, these documents are printed up by Sony. Clearly, they done had gamers that got paid from Sony to pretty much complain about Xbox in the court, and they threw them out. Clearly, Jim Ryan have been getting flued out across the world, country to country, trying to block this deal. And it all boils down to one thing, that 30% that they do not want to pay Xbox for Call of Duty to put Call of Duty on PS5. That's all this is about. 30%. This is about marketing. This is about the shareholders. This is about stocks, and this is about all the stuff that pretty much Xbox is going to own. And so it's going to pretty much eliminate all this little shady backdoor deals when Xbox buys publishers, because this have been the argument and the problem. Fanboys know Sony can keep, Xbox in the box, right? They can put them in the box and they can't get out of it if they do all these little exclusive deals around them. So basically, if Sony's been offered cheaper deals to make games, exclusive or timed exclusive, and they're basically doubling the price for Xbox to do the same thing, that's the issue right there, right? So basically, if let's say Spider-Man, they can make that exclusive for the low because of their fan base, because of PS5 fan base, right? We already know it's the most popular console because they're coming from PS4, they're riding that PS4 wave. So PS4 had all those bangers, and now everybody is expecting PS5 to be the same thing, and Sony's like, nah man, we're paying about $400 or $500 million just to make these AAA bangers, and we really ain't making that back. And we have to pay the studio, development, production, and we gotta make all. And if the game is broken and buggy, they gotta pay extra money to fix it. So it's like they gotta pay for marketing. They gotta, shareholders and stuff. They probably want to get ends on that too. So it's like they're trying to go games of a service with PS5 to make that recycled revenue, because we all know Jim Ryan loved doing cash grabs. Remakes. That's right, PS5, the remake station. And we already know what's going down out here in these gaming streets with Final Fantasy that they're overlooking. I don't know, all the bloggers, the vloggers, the media, I ain't been seeing it. Wow, what's going on with the gaming industry? Like what are they computer broke? Are they not? Are they off? Did they take leave? Or I need to know why they're not reporting on this. There's like, oh well, it's only a few or a couple PS5s that caught fire. If Final Fantasy 16 would have dropped exclusive on Xbox, and one Xbox would have overheated, went to smoking and blew up, the entire world would have jumped on that story. We all know that. That's what I'm saying. And it's so biased. They do not like Xbox. And that's why I keep saying that, y'all. We all we got. The Xbox people, the Xbox fans, maybe even some of the PC fans, or casual gamers that's in the Xbox community that love Xbox. I'm talking about diehard fans, not these little phony ponies and these undercover fanboys pretending to be neutrals or whatever, and they like PlayStation and Xbox, but then now all of a sudden they're ponies. Those are undercover fanboys. You know what I'm saying? Like you were a pony the whole time, but you was in disguise, wolves in sheep clothing. They are real demonic spirits out here in the gaming industry that are just toxic, that's cussing all of us out and calling us out our name. You know what I'm saying? Telling us basically that we don't know, we're dumb, and that we are supporting, games that's 30 FPS. So that make us stupid. You know what I'm saying? And because we're accepting that. And clearly these are big budget titles, big budget games that take a very long time to make and design right now. And the development of these games are really hard now. They're not the same as the PS4 and down. Why do you think they're having so many issues with all of these games? They're trying to lock them at 60 to please, the fans. But when they lock them, when they let it have performance modes and they lock them at 60, or they can hit 60 and above, the games mess up because they're not ready. They're trying to push these games out too fast because they have a deadline. So if they don't lock them at 30, they're not going to run smooth as butter. And this is what happens. Like Final Fantasy 16. The frame rate is all over the place, checkerboarding all over the place, frame drops, resolution, everything is like. That's why the consoles are blowing up, because they didn't lock it. The game wasn't meant to be ran at a 60 or performance mode, because we already knew if this is happening, we already know that game should have been locked at 30. Yeah, you'd have had a lot of people disappointed, but the game wouldn't have been broken and buggy. You know what I'm saying? Tearing up PS5s, and these consoles ain't cheap. Who wants to keep going to buy another $600 to $1,000 console? Some places you probably can't even really get your hands on one still. Like, I went to Best Buy the other day. They didn't have no Xboxes or PS5s at all. So some places you can get them, some places you can't. You know what I'm saying? Just a hit or miss. Walmarts are probably the best bet. Every now and then I'll come through. I might see a PS5 here and there. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get your hands on a Series S, but sometimes you see an X. It depends on the location. If it's a busy location, it's gonna be hard to get those consoles. You know, like you kind of gotta go out. You gotta shop out far to find them. But yeah, man, this has been a real big issue. Even going back to this to make my point about the whole Final Fantasy thing. If they would have locked it at 30, you probably wouldn't have had these many issues. And then you got these little toxic fanboys in the gaming industry that I just cannot stand. Every time I look at them or hear them, they just annoy me. Oh, I ain't never touched no 30 FPS game, and I stand on that. Okay, look, listen, fanboy. Listen, Pony. Because obviously you're throwing shade anyways at Xbox. We already kind of get that. But at the same time, this is what happens when they don't and they rush a game out because they want that bag. They're greedy. You know what I'm saying? So if Square Enix is greedy and they feel like, hey man, look, we don't got the money to keep this game in production, keep making this game and developing this game. It's just too much money. They already done capped off at what? How many million? $250, $300 million trying to make this game, and it still ain't ready. So they got to push it out, but they refuse to lock it because of all the bad press, the media, the bloggers, the vloggers, all the fanboys, the console wars is talking about. We don't want 30 FPS. That ain't next gen. We refuse to play it. So you refuse to play a 30 FPS game, or you rather just blow up your PS5? Which one you choosing? You know what I'm saying? So if your pride and ego means that much to you, keep blowing up your PS5s. Hey, that's all I gotta say. Like I already told you, it's a frame drop, remake station, plastic box. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, checkerboard, remake station, plastic box. Keep getting your remakes and your cash grabs, cause that's all it is. Jim Ryan gonna keep double dipping on his own entire face. He keep ripping his own fan base off and they don't see it. This man said he'd rather invest millions and billions of dollars into VR rather than put first party games onto PlayStation Plus. Now make this make sense. If you can invest in VR and spend millions and billions of dollars to develop those games, but you ain't got no games on PS5 right now but Spider-Man, which one you going with? You going with more AAA bangers, or you gonna go VR to confuse everybody? Everybody, wait, why are you going? Because you trying to compete with what, Meta? You trying to compete with Facebook? Like, what we doing? Like, it don't make sense. The business moves that Jim Ryan is doing. They're mad at us. My point is, they're mad at us because Xbox is bringing us value in Game Pass, and none of the fanboys can stand it because Jim Ryan isn't following behind Game Pass. He isn't doing what Game Pass is doing, because at first they were kind of against it. But now that the ponies and the fanboys are kind of seeing the value after that game show, and Xbox sales went up to 1,300% on Amazon. So they were selling like hotcakes, and they're still selling like hotcakes. The numbers shot through the roof, man. I'm talking about, like, man, they're selling Xbox left and right. They probably can't even keep up with demand right now after that show. And then Starfield on top of that, about to drop. Then you got Hellblade. Then you got Indiana Jones announcement, and now they may be finna get Call of Duty in the next few days. I mean, I'm sorry, man, but I just don't see how PS5 is going to be able to compete with that with only one game versus all this value dropping in the Game Pass day one and PC. With the PC community, Xbox community, and Game Pass ecosystem on mobiles, tablets, phones, televisions, handheld little Steam decks and Rogue Allies and stuff like that, on PC tablets, all these different ways you can jump into the Game Pass ecosystem, because Game Pass then became its own brand. So There's no way you can compare the two versus one AAA banger that costs $70 versus you're only paying a subscription service and you get all that value at one time. People are going to start to wake up. Look at inflation. The cost of living is expensive. Who has $70 every time you turn around and buy another game? Who has another $600 just for one banger, and then your PS5 is collecting dust for the next 2 years, 3 years? Like, that's a waste of money. Like, people are going to start to wake up, and they're going to start to jump ship and cross over to Xbox. Once Call of Duty is going to wise up. First of all, the ponies are just hooked and they're stuck. They don't want to divorce the PS5. I understand it. I get it. It's hard. If you've been a pony day one and you've been married to PlayStation forever and a day, it's going to be hard to divorce a PS5 and come over to Xbox or PC. We know. But hey, sometimes it's better to come where you're welcome than where you're getting ripped off. You know what I'm saying? Like, if PS5 is cheating on you, I mean, hey, you got to leave them, right? I mean, clearly, it's cheating on you right now. I mean, you get the divorce, man. Sign the papers, sign the prenup. You know what I'm saying? Like, crossover, bro. Let it go, man. It's like if you got a hard-headed friend, and the PS5 just keep cheating on them, man. We've been trying to tell them this entire generation, man. Xbox, and they got big plans in the future. Uncle Phil been telling y'all, yo, Xbox is about to be lit. Just wait and see what I got. I got some presents. I got some gifts for y'all, man. It's gonna be like Christmas. And now they're delivering. All the ponies and fanboys kept saying, hey man, Xbox, where the games at? Xbox ain't got no games. Now they got games, and now they're mad. Do you know Minecraft makes 4 times more than almost anything, I think, on Nintendo Switch? So why would they take Call of Duty away if you're gonna have let's say Call of Duty make like 800 million plus, right? So it's making 800 to $1 billion a year, right? So why would you cut that in half? Why would I can make my 70 billion back, by the time next console hit. I've been made all that money back that I bought Activision with. So why would I take it off PlayStation when PlayStation have to pay me 30% just to put it on PS5? Why would I take Minecraft away? Because this is another thing why Sony is trying to hold up PlayStation is trying to hold up Xbox and Uncle Phil money by not sending them the building kit to make Minecraft, because they know how much money Minecraft makes. That's what I said before, man. There are manipulators. They're dirty dolls. They're snakes. I don't trust Sony. I don't trust Jim Ryan. They're doing everything to try to hurt Xbox, but really in the crossfire they're hurting themselves. They're shooting themselves in the foot, because y'all both can be eating at the table, but yet instead you want to be my enemy. It don't make any sense though, bro. Like, for real. Like, you're hurting gamers. You're hurting yourself. You're hurting your brand, PlayStation. You're slowing the process up. We could be making millions and billions together, but you'd rather be an enemy over pride and ego because you want to be better than me. Like, at this time, it don't make any sense. If I'm not going after selling consoles, I'm going to a subscription service. What sense does that make though? Because we're not even in the same ball. We're not even playing the same ball game right now. Like, one team is playing football, the other team is playing basketball. Those are 2 different sports, man. So why in the world is Sony so hard to try to block this deal? Because they feel like Call of Duty is going to be taken away, and that's how they make their AAA bangers. That's how they make their God of Wars and Horizon, Spider-Man's, Uncharted and Last of Us. So they say. But from what we were told, they were making those games way back in the day before Call of Duty even existed, right? You know what I'm saying? So what is the problem now? You know what I'm saying? And then they're trying to come up with this reasonable doubts and analogies and say, and these what ifs and what ain'ts. Like, is Nintendo a console? Is they're competing with Xbox? And the judge is like, yeah, they all console. They all got games, right? You got Nintendo, you got Super Mario. You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest AAA banger games in history right now, and it's still, Nintendo Switch is still selling like hotcakes. What are you talking about, Sony? Like, no, don't worry about Nintendo right now making all that bag. Worry about Xbox. We want to stop this deal. So they like eliminate Nintendo from the equation. We don't want to talk about Nintendo. We want to talk about Xbox. We want to bash Xbox. You know what I'm saying? With the fanboys and the ponies. It's crazy to so many of these fanboys have showed their true colors. And it's just sad, bro, because I really was rocking with, I can't believe I felt like I got bamboozled. I feel like I got backstabbed by some really great content creators that just sold their soul to Sony. Like, they really sold their soul, because it's like, you're crossing back over to PS5 and became an all-out pony for one game. That lets me know you really feel like Xbox couldn't never do it. So all that you was saying this entire time on your channel, it was all cap. You know what I'm saying? And we have a lot of them like that. A lot of them, man. That's why I said it's a lot of undercover fanboys, man. Y'all knew in y'all heart that Xbox couldn't do. Y'all was like, oh no, you know, Xbox, they ain't gonna never make PlayStation quality games. They can't never make PlayStation quality games. Then Uncle Phil dropped the bomb on that Xbox showcase. Fable came out looking fire. PlayStation quality. As a matter of fact, I want to say almost every game was shown was PlayStation quality. And that's why they're crying. Because they knew if they get the right teams to start building these games and they catch up, they raise the bar in quality, Xbox is gonna be something to be reckoned with, man. And like I said before, man, Uncle Phil and Xbox is coming for that #1 spot, and Sony ain't nothing they can do to stop it. Like this Call of Duty thing, that's just a little. Now it's just a little bump in the road. At first, it was a big bump in the road because we didn't see what was behind closed doors that Uncle Phil didn't release yet, and it's more to come like that. It's not just it's not just these games that were announced at this game show. All those AAA bangers. And Hellblade smashing every game that's on PS5 out the water. That trash station. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Y'all ain't got no games on PS5 right now, man. That's why y'all crying. Y'all want all the Xbox games. Y'all want Redfall. Y'all want Starfield. Y'all want Hellblade. Y'all want Indiana Jones. Y'all want every announcement that we make. I think they even went far as saying that Halo wasn't a Xbox game one time, and that Gears of War wasn't supposed to be exclusive. They want every exclusive game, bro. Like, they don't want us to have nothing. When I just explaining them that it's enough money to go around in the gaming industry. This is a $1 billion industry that it's enough revenue for everybody to eat in the gaming industry. It makes more, I heard, than movies, than anything, man. So I don't understand. That's why I say money is the root of all evil, because even though it's enough money for Sony, Nintendo, and Xbox to eat, Sony is the market leader and they're still crying about more money. Like, it's never enough. Like I remember, I think I even heard Lil Wayne say one time, too much money is not enough money. And I was like, man, that does make sense, because even though they're the market leaders, they still are greedy. They still want more. It's like, bro, come on, let somebody else eat. Come on. Like, Sony done reached the benchmark. Sony reached the benchmark that they can't even, they can't even raise the bar no higher. Like, they already got Spider-Man. How much more AAA bangers can they bring out that can top Spider-Man and God of War and Last of Us? They already capped off. Like, they ain't got nothing else under the wraps. Like, think about it. Like, okay, they are brainstorming, trying to think, should we do more remakes? Because that's the only thing that can keep up all with what they already have that came out, because people already love those. So now they want to play the game safe because they're afraid to take a loss. Sony is afraid to take an L. That's why they're upcharging on everything. That's why they price hike the console. These Decepticons price hike the games. They price hike the controller. The controller like $70-$80. Like, come on, man. Even everything is 70, 80 to 100 over here, man, for PlayStation. Like, ain't nothing cheap. Like, even the pre-owned games is $80. Like, come on, man. Like, it's just ridiculous, man, with inflation. And Sony's eating off that because now they got that to back up because of capitalism. Once they see somebody else do it, they're allowed to do it. You know? So they're the one who's setting this trend is $70 games and charge an extra $150, $100 for consoles, and it's just crazy. It's getting out of hand and nobody is stopping it, and the FTC ain't helping, the CMA ain't helping. They're telling Sony that they ain't doing nothing wrong. So now it's just going to get worse because they're protecting them. And that's why I said, man, it's all over money. And Jim Ryan continues to do these little backdoor shady deals, man. I don't see it. I don't see how you go back from this. How do you come back from this? You pissed off all of the people that you work with, all of the big corporations like Microsoft and Activision. Two of the biggest partnerships you can have, and you're pissing them. You're throwing them under the bus in court, telling them that they don't deserve to buy them. They're trying to become a monopoly. They're doing everything that Sony is already doing, is trying to get exclusive games to Game Pass, and they're trying to be great. They're trying to bring us value. Sony ain't trying to bring you value. Sony's trying to lock you behind a paywall. You know what I'm saying? Because they want you to dig deep into your pockets every time you purchase anything that comes from PlayStation, because Jim Ryan is a businessman. This man don't even want to be filmed. He don't want to be on camera. This man tried to get out of court so many times. I'm telling you, this is a thug. This man had tried to get out of this court date so many times, man. That pony. Well, I know I've been going on and on, man. It's just a few things I want to touch on and been seeing out here in these gaming streets, man, that I feel like haven't been fair between whether it was the CMA, the courts, the Call of Duty Activision Blizzard deal came back up. And I don't understand what is the hold up now. Clearly the FTC or the CMA don't know what they're talking about. Everything is out in the open. We can see everything now, and I just hope they can get the deal done. You know, win, lose, or draw, it don't matter, man. Like, look, we still gonna, you know what I'm saying, prosper. We still gonna have AAA bangers dropping day one in the Game Pass. Bangers after bangers after bangers. And each banger we drop, ponies are gonna start crying again. Cause now they gonna say, oh, y'all ain't got this. Oh, Digital Foundry said this. IGN said that. They said that. All that he say, she say, we don't care. Cause guess what? While y'all over there talking, we over here playing games. Y'all playing Twitter because PS5 ain't got no games, and Xbox is over here gaming. You know what I'm saying? Getting finger cramps because we got so many games. Listen, man, we got so many games over here, man. We living good, man. We eating good right now. And all these bangers coming down the line, man. Listen, like I said before, Call of Duty, bro, I wasn't even thinking about Call of Duty. After that show, bro, I was 0% I was thinking about Call of Duty. And I don't even play Call of Duty like that. If it come in the Game Pass though, oh, you better believe, man. Hey, yes, I'm playing Call of Duty, man. I'm jumping in to the ecosystem. But right now, I'm back on Halo, man. Halo is lit. It's fun. It's turned up again, man. They got all these different, this season got so many different modes on there you can jump into right now, man. So if y'all ain't tried Halo in a while, if y'all ain't never jumped into it, man, I suggest y'all jump back into it, man. It's lit. It's fire, man. I'm telling you, man. Yeah. Halo is that pressure right now. So make sure you guys go check that out. I think I'm gonna leave it right there. And we'll go over some more things. You know, Sony trying to block this entire deal over 30%, man. I just don't understand it. Like, bro, you're putting everybody through all this trouble, and you're still going to keep Call of Duty. You're still going to be making that bag with microtransactions and DLCs, and because that's how Sony make their money through the market. So they're not going to lose it for the next 10 years, and they probably still may renew the contract with them. So we'll have to see in 10 years once this deal go through. Like I said before, win, lose, or draw, man, we still gonna be eating good. We still got AAA bangers. The ponies just send back because they want to brag and boast and pick on us. You know what I'm saying? Because they're cowards. Like I said before, man, these ponies are cowards. We in third place. Y'all should be fighting with Nintendo. Why y'all even fighting with Xbox? Like, it don't even make any sense, bro. Like, y'all don't want to see us come up in the game. And like I said before, man, we don't want y'all back. Once these AAA bangers, like, oh, well, we don't want you back now. because I said that before the Xbox show. The day before the show, I said it's the last day to become a true genuine Xbox fan. After that show, we ain't taking no more passes. Y'all can't get VIP. Nope. Don't come back. We don't want y'all here. Like I said before, man, Xbox stand up. We coming for that #1 spot. And Uncle Phil said he got more AAA bangers on the way, man. So I'm gonna leave it right there, man. Make sure you guys smash that like, that subscribe button, click that notification bell, man, so you guys can be notified on all of the new latest and greatest news out here in these gaming streets, man. If you'd like to donate to the channel, the link will be in the description. If you'd like to jump into the Xbox ecosystem, the PlayStation ecosystem, for PC, the PlayStation Plus Premium, yes, you can play PlayStation games on your PC or your PC tablet. I think you would need one of those two. If you want to play on the go, you're gonna need a PC tablet, or a PC. That's it. And you don't need a beefed up super PC either, because you can connect your Ethernet cable into your modems or routers or whatever you got, and a direct cable to get a smooth connection, because it will be streaming. So you don't really want to use Wi-Fi that much, because everybody's Wi-Fi is different. But I think that'll wrap it up. Yeah, that's about it, man. Make sure you guys smash that like though, because it helps the channel to grow, man. And we gonna keep our foot on the gas and keep slapping ponies. Peace.